So yesterday I did some snooping around the web to see what people were saying about 10-minute pages. And wow, just wow, I had no idea it would catch on this much. You see, according to Google, people have mentioned the phrase 10-minute pages on over 224,000 pages around the web. And there are over 458 YouTube videos that are talking about 10-minute pages. So clearly we've hit some kind of nerve. And so thank you. I'm truly humbled by all the love. I mean, I'm looking through some of the comments on Facebook that were left on our last video, some by customers and some by people who've never even heard about us. Completely unsolicited, and I'm simply blown away by the feedback. For example, Josette Williams, she says she's been spending a solid year grappling with one high-end tech product, costing her lots of money, but now she's able to replace that in 10 minutes with 10-minute pages. Deborah says she works at a real job, which is some crazy hours. She's trying to quit and she thinks she's found her answer. Deborah, I hope that works out for you, and I hope 10-minute pages does that for you. Okay, then Samaya says that she agrees with the last video with me saying that this is the thing that's been keeping her behind. And I have a feeling she's right, because technology is the big thing that are holding people back from pushing their businesses forward. Bill says, spooky cool, awesome product, and he wants to know when, how much. Well, Bill, I'm going to tell you 10-minute pages is going to open its doors to the public on June 25th, and I'll release all the pricing information and all that good stuff on the 25th. But I will say, by the looks of the demand, we're only going to be able to take on a limited amount. We've got to make sure that we can take on what we can handle, so our support team doesn't just fall apart. So we're going to take on a limited amount, but if you're watching this video and you're on our waiting list, I'm going to be sure to email you with plenty of notice so that you have time to go and buy 10-minute pages. All right. Mama Red says, holy moly, she literally sat on the floor of her office and cried trying to figure out, one of our competitors. She's told people that story and they can relate. Paul also used 2 competitors, and he can see that this is a game changer for anyone who's struggling with technology. All right, Alan is totally blown away. Now, some of our current customers, like Chris been using 10-minute pages for 8 months and he really liked it, but what he sees coming is absolutely going to blow it out of the water. Then for the technically challenged, which is what 10-minute pages is aimed at, we want to make this super simple. Angelos, technically challenged, it makes creating squeeze pages a breeze. Jennifer, also technically challenged, I wasn't convinced I could create something I was comfortable putting out there, no matter how good the software was. Fortunately, she was wrong. Great investment. Now, I don't know any of the people that are leaving comments. I think I've only met one person on this list of comments. This is completely unsolicited. So if you're on the fence about 10-minute pages, take a second to look through our comments. I just highlighted a few of them. Anyway, my favorite comment though is from Becky Fox. She says she launched 10-minute pages on her site yesterday with a new opt-in and has already got 13 new opt-ins. It was super easy to use and it works. This thing just happened. So this just goes to show you that real results can happen. It's one thing to have a software that's easy to use. It's another thing to have something that will actually produce real results. So Becky, I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. And I actually think this comment is a great segue into this video, because in this video, I'm going to actually talk about results. I'm going to talk about how you can take an idea that you have and how you can make it become a profitable business in no time. And of course, I'm going to use 10-minute pages to show you exactly how you can do it all in about 10 minutes. And I'm going to try to do it in under 10 minutes just to hopefully drive the point home. So in the last video, I introduced a new technology called 10-minute pages. Well, it's not technically new. It's a technology that we've been tweaking and fine-tuning for over the last decade before finally bringing it to the world of online marketers. But a technology nonetheless that lets you effortlessly create marketing pages that convert using cutting-edge drag-and-drop technology in literally as little as 10 minutes. You see, the big problem that we've learned through our research is that more than 70% of online businesses don't succeed, not because their ideas are bad, but because of technology. In other words, if technology wasn't the big stumbling block, that big obstacle between your ideas and your success, a lot more entrepreneurs would be successful. And so that's why I'm guessing our last video hit such a nerve, because finally the single biggest obstacle preventing you from succeeding is solved with 10-minute pages. Alright, so let's dive in. In 2012, one of our businesses generated over $144,000, and I'm going to pull back the curtains and show you exactly how we did it, but more importantly, I'm going to recreate the entire business, all the pages, entirely from scratch with 10-minute pages, and I'm going to walk you through what we did and why we did it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and open up 10-minute pages. And I'll remind you that there's nothing to download once you get started, since the entire software is completely web-based. See, all you need is a login and a password and you're in. Now once you're inside, we don't force you down any specific path. Whatever you want to build, you can go ahead and build it. If you want a landing page, you can go ahead and create a landing page. If you want a sales page, go ahead and build a sales page, and so on. Whatever you want to build, you can do. Now once you have your page, you simply type what you want on the page. You can do drag and drop, drag in an image or a video, then hit publish. And that's why we call it 10-minute pages, because you can go from idea to done in as little as 10 minutes. So here's a quick overview of what we're building. Number one, create an awesome idea, simple enough. Number two, create a landing page to build an interest list for that idea, and also to test if the idea is viable. Then number three, send people from your interest list to a sales page selling the product. And if you need something to help you sell the product, you can use PayPal. It's simple. You can start collecting money right away. Now it might seem simple, but I'm going to show you how simple is often best. I mean, in our case, it built us a 6-figure side business. And so you wouldn't be interested in a tool like 10-minute pages if you wanted me to make things complicated. Okay, so step one, come up with an awesome idea. Alright, so one day back in 2010, I noticed that we were having a lot of success driving traffic using social media and viral marketing. And lots of my friends were asking exactly how we were able to do what we do. But when we'd explain it, their eyes would kind of glaze over because of A, how much work was involved, and B, how technical it was. So an idea was born to get you the maximum number of email signups, webinar registrants, phone numbers, whatever the end result you're aiming to achieve. For example, if you just